Hello ladies and gentlemen, Safehouse here, and today I'll be showing you a burst mage, which is your traditional mage you're going to see in a lot of MMORPGs, and just so you can play that in ArcheAge if that's the kind of thing that you generally like to run with. If all you want to do is just grab the build and you don't really want to hear any of the abilities or anything, just check down the description and you'll be linked to this page so you can just have a look at the abilities. But we're just going to have a quick rundown. I'm just going to let you know why I've chosen each of these trees and so on. So firstly, the class is called a Daggerspell, which is a combination of sorcery, shadow play and witchcraft. So sorcery is obviously where all your magic damage and that kind of stuff is going to come from. Shadow play is your stealth and a few other things that I'll mention that really contribute to the way the class plays. And witchcraft is your heavy CC. It is a really great thing to pair up with some of these longer cast times in sorcery. Okay, so I'm not going to read through all the abilities. You can do that yourself because there is quite a few and it's going to be a bit time consuming. But I am going to go over some of the main combos that are going to give you a good idea of the class and how it's going to play. So you can really make up your mind whether this is what you want to play or if you want to play something different. So this class is based around heavy damage and heavy CC. It's about getting those targets CC'd for a long duration so that you can get off your longer cast times. So abilities like Meteor Strike, they actually have a 5-second cast time, so that's quite a long time, but Witchcraft also has some very long duration CC. So some of the combos are things like, you get a lot of these ice abilities here, so Frigid Tracks, Freezing Earth, and Freezing Arrow. They all combo together to actually encase your target in an ice block that's going to stun them for, I believe it's about 5 seconds. So it's just quite a long time just for an extra effect of having these three abilities. That is one thing that you're going to want to try and get off if someone is hot on your heels, because the Frigid Tracks actually freezes the ground behind you, and if the people step on that, they're going to be accumulating those stacks of frost. You also have a lightning combo, which is really good, so it combos well with this bubble trap. So the bubble trap traps the enemy inside for, it is 19 seconds. It's half that time in PvP though, so it's a bit over 9 seconds you're going to be able to trap a person in that bubble for. And as you can see, it combos with targets that have an electric shock on them. So what you're going to want to do is cast this bubble trap straight into Chain Lightning, because the bubble trap has a cast time and the projectile actually travels quite slowly. Chain Lightning doesn't have a cast time and the projectile is instant. So if you cast Bubble Trap, you can then cast Chain Lightning directly after it without interrupting the Bubble Trap, because if they take damage once they are in the Bubble Trap, then the Bubble Trap will break. So cast that straight into Chain Lightning, which will cause the bubble to combo because of its combo with the shock damage there. And then you want to go straight into Arc Lightning, which is actually a 4-second cast time. I don't know why it says 2 seconds there, but it is a 4-second cast time and it does a huge amount of damage. And as you can see, it inflicts an additional 43% damage on electric shock targets, which is what this target is going to be. So that is a huge chunk of health missing. From there, you can also use things such as Earthen Grip, which is just another great CC route to set up things like Meteor Strike and that. Obviously, you need 5 seconds for that, so it is pretty tough to get off some of the time because it is directed on the ground as well and they can get out of it. But it is a really good surprise attack because it does knock down as well. You also have a heap of things in Witchcraft as knockbacks and cleansers and just more debuffing and that kind of stuff as well. So as you can see, the class is about CC and burst and getting off those combos really well. There are a few variations to the class that you may want to consider, mainly varying things in shadow play. You're definitely going to be using drop back because it combos with your flame bolt, but the stealth is something I try to have in all of my builds just because the stealth is so great in ArcheAge, but it makes it hard because this shadow step that teleports the caster behind an ally or enemy, reducing aggro by 50%. You also get a speed increase there. It's quite a long distance, 20 meters. It's a long teleport. You can jump to allies, enemies, NPCs, anything. So it is a really great ability as well for gap closing or even escaping. And yeah, it's just got a lot of utility, so it makes it hard to give it up for stealth. But if you're finding that stealth isn't becoming too useful for yourself, do grab Shadow Step because it is a great ability. If you really want to, you can also consider jumbling around Witchcraft and that kind of stuff a little bit. I wouldn't play with Sorcery too much, but yeah, so there are a lot of variations out there if you want to play around with a few things, but I definitely recommend giving this build a go first. Anyway, I hope this helped you make a decision on whether you want to play a Dagger Spell or a traditional Mage in ArcheAge. It is a great class. This is the one I played mainly in the alpha, but I may be running something different on release, so I'll have more builds like this out for a range of classes and stuff very soon, so keep an eye on the videos that I'm putting out because you might find a build that you like more than the one you've been running. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, just throw them down in the comments section below and I'll get back to you ASAP. But thanks very much for watching, guys, and hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and if this video helped you out or you just enjoyed it, please smack that like button, or you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos similar to this one. Thanks, guys.